Hey, it's Chloe Demore of Save Victor Will. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes, and we are back at it again. It is time for navigating new releases on a no-buy. This week we've got some amazing things. We got a sneak peek. We've got some things that I think will probably be released or are released before this is out and the day of course, as usual. So if you want to see what releases have been ruminating around in my brain, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Okay, are we ready? We've got the glasses on and we're ready for some new releases. Can you believe it is number 70 in new releases? Alrighty, so I got my list here ready. Now the first one here is just going to be a picture of a cover. It is a sneak peek of something that should be coming out in spring, but every time this brand puts something out, it is always eye-catching. And here is the cover here, and it is from Adept Cosmetics. I got the sneak peek, and I got a lot of these from Makeup on Your Radar. It seems to be one of my top places to be attempted. This is the Cyborg Choir palette, and it's going to be available this spring. It's just a sneak peek, but the cover is shiny and beautiful, and if it is those kinds of blues and turquoises and shiny purples and little bits of pink and maybe a shot of yellow, that would be amazing. And now there is a if I remember the name, I'll pop it up because I keep forgetting them because I have not bought anything from them yet, but it is a distributor here in British Columbia that is selling a lot of indie makeup, which is really exciting, and they are carrying Adept. And Gourmand Girls are two of the brands that I remember, and then they've got some other indie brands that they're carrying. So when I'm back to buying, then perhaps I can go there, and that way it can save me some duty and maybe even a little shipping. But anyways, this is going to be another exciting release from Adept. Are you a fan? I am. I only have one palette, but I still love them. Alrighty, so next up here, this one looks really beautiful. So now I'm on not trying any new brands. So even if I'm doing my quarterly purchase, I'm going to try and stick to brands that I love, and maybe next year. I've been bitten by one or two new brands last year, and I'm kind of wanting to stay with some tried and true. But this is from Divinity Beauty, and it's David plus Dinny equals Divinity. So that's how they got the brand name. Here is the cover of the palette, and this is the Ascension palette. So it says, though he be but little, he is fierce. Full reveal of our new Ascension palette. And then Ascension in Spanish, it says in quotation marks. It says, we worked very hard customizing each pigment in this palette until I felt it aligned with the vision, it says, Dinny Thedon had in mind. And this collection is my love letter to my David in heaven. She comes with larger than 26 millimeter pans that are filled with 9 buttery and highly pigmented mattes, 5 special shimmers that includes metallic, basic hollow, and hollow chromes. Interesting. And 1 extra special glitter BB, as I've always loved glitter shadow combo palettes and wanted to start to incorporate the concept into our Debbie palettes. She is $65, will be available at 11 p.m. CST on February 15th, 2024. So I'm filming this day early than I normally do on Wednesday, which is Valentine's Day today, and it will be out on the Thursday, and of course this uploads on Friday, so this will be out already. So let's look at the inside of the palette. So here it is. It's a really beautiful looking palette. It's got some neutrals, a pop of red, it's got some purple, it's got some pink. There's something about this that I really like. The kind of neutral shades that are in there are ones that I like. And then here's kind of a close-up of the palette. And yeah, this looks really, really nice. I don't like glitters, but if there's only one in a palette, that is not too bad. Taking a look at this, it looks to me like it might be the one called Contact that is right in the middle. So yeah, it's got a black. It's got like a mustardy type yellow. Yeah, some burgundy, a little bit of a kind of a warm brown, and then some nice shimmers here. This looks really nice, and I like the names of them. Vega, Journey, Realm, Omega, and Beyond, which is the name of the black. This looks really cool. So yeah, that definitely might be a brand that I'd like to try and look into in the future. I mean, for such a nice looking palette and an indie palette, $65 is not too bad, especially if it's got the big 26mm pans, and then it's got 5 special shades in there. So yeah, that looks really pretty. But like I said, I'm on, besides being on a one purchase per quarter and my ice cream boxes, I'm not buying anything, trying not to buy anything else this year. And I'm not, also, again, not trying new brands, but this is definitely one I think I'm going to stick on the list and see what else they come up with, because this is quite interesting. So let me know if you've purchased this or purchasing this, or was this even on your list? Okay, so this is a brand that I really, really like, but the last little while, everything's been kind of looking the same to me, so nothing has really screamed to me. But I do love this brand, so I did want to showcase this release because I do have 2 out of the 3 palettes from the first release in this series. So this is from Odin's Eye, and here's kind of one of the photos of one of the releases. Because I don't think I have a photo. Yeah, I don't have a photo of all of them together. So anyways, let's go on. So this is Odin's Eye, and it says here, we are thrilled to announce our exciting new collaboration launching the all-new Legendary Diversa series product line in partnership once again with the Fancy Face. That was one of the palettes I've got, with Judy and Annette's Makeup Corner, and Annette's was the other one that I purchased. I kind of then thought, well, maybe I should get that Judy one to complete the series. At the time was a bit more neutral, but by the time I decided to pull the trigger, it was gone. So there we go. So they again have 3 palettes. We've got the Earth Wood palette at $36.90. Spring Dragon palette, that's $36.90 as well. The same will be for the 2 Mighty Monster palette, and there's also a lip collection. It's going to be $13.90 per lip shade. I'm just focusing on the eyeshadows. I did see that they had pictures of the lipsticks there, but I'm not as much into that. So I just thought I would just look at the ones here. So this one here is the one for Annette's Makeup Corner, and as always, it is pretty bright like she is. It does have a few neutrals in it, and it's in that little book. It looks like a little booklet where it has the mirror on the left-hand side, and then the eyeshadow. And I did grab the photo of kind of the swatches here on the 3 different skin tones. This looks really, really nice, but again, nothing has been feeling really original to me with them the last while. So even if I hadn't bought anything for this quarter, this would definitely be one that I'm giving a miss. But I do love their quality. I love the 2 from the first series that I had. So again, if this is something that you're interested in, you know what, this was pretty nice. And then this is the one from the Fancy Face, and this one is also really pretty. It's got some spring greens in here, a little bit of coral, some neutrals, and then again a mix of, it looks like, mattes and shimmers. So that's really cool. And then the last one is the one, I do have a photo of that one, do I not? Yes, and this is the one from the Judy. And this one, actually, the last one was pretty neutral, I think, with some reds, but this is really pretty. It's very pastel-y. Here's kind of a close-up of this one. It's got like pastel green and blue and purple, and it's got some matching shimmery shades. And then it does have a dark brown, which I think works better than a black to go with these shades. I think it's just a little bit warmer, not so stark, but this is really nice. And of course, I will have shown with each palette the swatches that came with as well. So all 3 look really pretty. So if you're a fan of Odin's Eye and you're a completionist and want to get this set, yeah, these look really good. Now, if I was only picking one, I think this time I would probably go with the one from Judy. That's kind of the pastels. I'm trying to find, I have one or two pastel palettes that I like, but I always kind of gravitate to them, but you know, it's hard to find a really good quality pastel. So I think that would have been the 1 out of 3 actually I would have gravitated to this time. So this one is already out. I think it came out today. So yeah, let me know if you got it and if you're a fan of Odin's Eye and which one of the 3 caught your eye. They may have a bundle. I think they did last time. I didn't see anything if they were doing scarves again or anything to go with it. But there we go. And then there's also lip products. And I really do like Odin's Eye lip formulas. So there we go. So next up here, again, here's another new brand. And don't want to keep repeating myself. But anyways, this is by, I don't know if I can pronounce this, but Deveroon Cosmetics, and this is their Gloomy Gardens. And look at this cover. And that was kind of the first sneak peek we saw, was that cover. And I thought, wow, that is really, really pretty. And I think around Valentine's Day, I think this color story would look really nice. And then here is a copy of the palette, so you can see the color story here. So this is, oh, it's already been launched. I thought it was on Friday, but it's not. It actually launched on Monday, February 12th. It had launched at 9 a.m. Eastern, so it would have been 6 a.m. my time. And this says here's a cost breakdown of everything, because there's some more things in this release. So we've got the Gloomy Gardens palette, which is $66, and this is this beautiful color story you see here. I really kind of like that orangey peachy row that's in the middle, because peach is the color of 2024. And of course, I always do like some turquoisey type greens, some kind of grungy purples. This is a really pretty looking palette. There's also going to be the Melancholy Multichrome Loose Pigments. They're $15 each, or bundle all 4 for $52. And I do have a photo here. They come in the little shakers there, and it looks like we get a nice bright pink, a green, an orange, and a blue, which I think would go really well, because the orange would go nice with that peachy row, the pinky would go nice with that purple row, the blue, of course, with the turquoise, the green, and mix how you like. So there is that. And then they also have the Woeful Waterliners. They're $9 each, or a bundle of 3 for $24. Oh, that's not bad. And then we've got photo here. It's with the palette and showing the 3 different water activated liners. They're split liners, so you get one that's purple with a shimmery silver. There is a burgundy with a peach, and then a blue with a green. These all look matte, except for, well, maybe even that gray one isn't matte. At first I thought it was a bit shimmery. Maybe it is, but for sure the majority of them seem to be matte water eyeliners, but those look really nice as well. But that palette is definitely the star of the show. And then there'll be an entire collection bundle listed at $142, which would be the Gloomy Gardens palette, which was $66, the Melancholy Multichrome Loose Pigments, which would be $52 each, and then the bundle, which would retail as a bundle for $24 of the Woeful Waterlines. It says here, you can use codes for single items and bundles. The processing time is 2 to 8 business days. That's really good. The palette will be available through Monolith Shop EU at their next drop. So that's good for the folks in Europe there. What else do we have here? And it says here, I'm so excited for you all to see this one. I hope I won't let you down. I'm trying to do something a little bit different with the launches. I hope you're all enjoying it. It says, if this sells out, they already have a restock put in, so they'll open a pre-order for anyone who is interested, but that will have a 5 to 7 week wait time, and there will be a restock at the time after pre-orders are shipped. So there we go. And then they said there will be a lot of wonderful content coming from your fave creators this week. And thanks to Brittany Huffman for this photo. So she took the beautiful photo, I guess, with the cover and the flowers. So that looks lovely. So yeah, this is again a new brand to me. This looks really, really pretty. The color definitely, and the name Gloomy Gardens really kind of calls out to me. I really do think that's great. And yeah, another one that I will put on the list for future brands to take a look at. And then I'm gonna do do one that's a Valentine's Day release, and then we're going to go to the one that I'm actually really, I think is the most exciting for me, and how I just love how they do releases. But let's start with this. So I got this also from Makeup on Your Radar. This is the Garden of Love. This is with a Canadian brand, Shine by SD. And again, it's a collab with Glam Smitty. And it's, again, the Garden of Love. It says here, I have a little Valentine collection dropping soon by Shine with SD. The story behind this collection is that we had an iridescent shadow that wasn't able to be included in time for the Forest Hues Mystic Dreams, but we loved it so much and knew it had to be made. And it felt like it was the perfect color story around for Valentine's Day, with the intense red and green hues throughout. The other 5 shades are very sparkly duochromes and 1 shiny shimmer. And then she says she's going to have swatches soon on her website. And it's going to be available this Friday. It's a little bit after Valentine's Day, but generally Friday's new release day, isn't it? So there we go. And it says here it'll be available on Friday as a bundle in the little red palette. And then there's going to be pricing later. So I'm definitely going to say it's expensive because the Force Hues one was very expensive. But I do have a couple palettes, and I have some singles from Shine by SD, and I do really like them a lot. And this color story here is really cute. So editing me, I did decide to go quickly check to see if there was a price, and there was, and it's really good. It's 29 USD. I'm really quite impressed by that. Here are some swatches and the names of the colors, and I think this is fantastic. So you get that nice red shifty one, you get a pink, get white, silver, black, and I don't know what that one between the pink and the red, it almost feels like it's got like kind of like a grungy mossy green, but then I can see sparkles of pink in it, so it's very intriguing. All right, so now we're on for our final release. I've been talking in multi-fast speed today. I have a meeting coming up that was after technically my work shift was over, but I thought I could squish it in between the wait for the meeting to do some new releases. So hope I'm not talking too fast. So this is from Fantasy Cosmetica, and here I'm just gonna pop the cover up first. Their releases have been calling me since about mid last year. I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger, because I was doing a bit of cheating last year, especially because of Halloween. And they had some releases out then, but I'm just keeping them on my list. But this one was definitely one where if I was going to be naughty, this could have been the one to do it. So I'll just pop up the inside here so you can see this beautiful palette. I've been a little bit, ever since the P. Louise release, been a little bit obsessed with blues. So it says here, launching February 16th, which is when this is up, at 9 a.m. PST. The Wizard collection includes an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter palette, and a perfume. So generally when they do releases, there's usually a palette and there's generally perfumes with it. And then they also do singles. If you don't want the full palette, or you're buying something else, but you like a couple of the colors, you can get singles, which is really nice. But I think this might be the first time I've seen a highlighter palette. So it says here, wizards are spellcasters and researchers who study for many years to learn magic. They spend their lives reading and collecting books. I do the same. Compiling knowledge to better understand the world around them. So the palette is $38.99. There are the single, if you're going to buy them singly, there are matte shadows, which are $4.99 each. The single, duo, or multi-chrome shadows are $9.99 each, and $18.99 for single holochrome shadows. So there is Curiosity, a matte, light, almost white blue. Conjuration, a multi-chrome, a mix of green, blue, and pink sparkles that shift pink, gold, and green. Incantation, a matte that's a light pastel blue purple. Spellbook, a matte light pastel yellow. I love me a yellow. Meteor Storm, it's a duochrome. It's a light gold to green to blue with a sheer base. Then we've got Graviturgy, interesting word. Multi-chrome holographic, blue to purple to pink to gold. It's a shift with a smooth holographic shimmer, so that's quite interesting. We've got Telepathy, a matte deep blue. Divination, a duochrome, which is blue to purple to pink shift. And then we have Intellect and Matte Deep Purple. And then it says here again, the shadows will be available as singles or as a palette. The palette is magnetic and the shadows are removable, so you can move things around to your heart's content. The eyeshadow palettes are not tested on animals, vegan formula, made in China, shipped from Redmond, Washington, US. So pretty close to me. Alrighty, so there we've seen the beautiful palette. I like that middle row with a little bit yellow and the purple, and of course I love blues. My go-to is a yellow look. If I don't know what I want to do and I want to do something quick, it's generally yellow. Here is the highlighters, and they're beautiful, shimmery looking, and I love that they're fancy colors. It's just not a champagne highlighter, a white highlighter. It looks to be like a beautiful purple, a dark pink, and then kind of more of a, I want to say maybe a peachy pink. But yeah, these look super nice too. And then here is the perfumes. And then the notes are lemongrass, regular grass, bamboo, and cedar. Perfume sometimes is hard to ship internationally, so they have it based on different formulas what is shippable. So I think if they're with natural oils, they can ship, but if they have alcohol in them, they cannot ship them. So when you're doing your order, check to see which ones are shippable to your country. And then here's a photo showing you the singles, and in that cute packaging that matches the cover of this. So Fantasy Cosmetica. So again, this is going to be, if you're watching this at midnight PST, then this won't be out yet. You have 9 hours to think about it. But because it's in PST time, because they're near me. So there we go. So this looks good. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember seeing a highlighter before. They may have done with some other releases, but the last couple that I was looking to did not. But they look beautiful, and I think, yeah, they would look really nice with those eyeshadows as well. And then I love perfumes that smell like grass, and I love things that smell like lemon as well. So I think that would be a really nice perfume to get as well. So again, $38.99 for the palette. So the highlighter trio is $29.99. There's Dancing Lights, the gold and green shimmers that shift from green blue over a translucent peachy pink base. There's Whirlwind, a bright blue to purple to pink shimmers over a translucent pink base. And Dark Star, the purple to gold that shimmers over a translucent purple base. So there we go. So that's $29.99 for the trio. And then again with the perfume. So the coconut oil based sample is $2.29, and it's available to ship worldwide. And for $16.99 you can get the 10 ml coconut oil based roll-on, and that's available to ship worldwide. For $16.99, there's the 10 ml alcohol-based spray that is only available to ship within the US. And for $32.99, they have a 30 ml alcohol-based spray, and it's also available to ship only within the continental US. And yes, top notes are lemongrass, citrus, and marine notes. The heart is grass, bamboo, green leaves, and lavender, and the base is dark musk, cedar, sage, and moss. And then they also are going to have some little bundles. So they're going to have a perfume and palettes. So there's a $52.99 as a palette and 10 ml perfume, and $67.99 as a palette plus a 30 ml perfume. So to me, the 30 ml one, I believe, was the not shipping worldwide. So there we go. There is the Fantasy Cosmetica release that is coming at 9 a.m. the 16th of February. So there we go. That's it. That's a lot. Lots of beautiful things. But if I was going to, I think Fantasy Cosmetica would have been the one out of all of these that I would have cheated and got if I was going to, but I'm being really good. So we're going to keep that going. So anyways, that's it for me today. Let me know if any of these new releases were ruminating in your brain. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.